Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing very well. It's a new year, we're trying some new things. This is a this is going to be a relatively quick episode because I've been gone for so long and I'm currently on my laptop looking at Instagram. And what I'm going to be doing going forward is every month I'm going to do an episode where I share some new launches and some things that are on my radar that I think would be interesting to maybe just keep in the back of your mind if you're looking to buy new things. I think I have to zero in on the fact that I've decided to call this pod What the Haul. And so I want to be your starting point for your shopping decisions. So if you are in the market for a certain thing, I want to be the place that you come to get, I don't know, not necessarily a comprehensive, but a really succinct and really useful way of I just want to be like a helping hand, right? I want to be that resource. My friends would come to me and say, Mohammed, I need a moisturizer. I want to be that resource for you. So I want to give you really brief, quick content so you can make informed shopping decisions. So on the table, if you're seeing this on YouTube and you're wondering what's going on, I'm burning through my 34, what is it called? Boulevard 34 Saint-Germain candle from Diptyque. This is in the old packaging. There is a candle episode coming up. And before I got on here, I'm on my hand model game. So this is the Dr. Sturm Super Anti-Aging Hand Cream. I like it. I don't think it's life-changing, but it's very, very nice. So had to put that on. Again, this is going to be an episode where we just discuss newness, new things that are on the horizon. But of course, I didn't introduce everything properly. So let's rewind for a second. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a terrific holiday. As per usual, I'm falling apart. I am behind schedule. There's a lot of things that I wanted to do that I haven't done. But it's a new year. I'm feeling very positive about 2023. I'm not superstitious, a'udhu billah. But, if we wanted to play a little numerology, the number 2023 breaks down to the number 7, and 7 is an odd number, which is, I shouldn't be saying all this stuff, but I don't know, something's different in the air. This has been a mild winter where I live. Every day it's getting to like single digits, -1, -2. It's been a good year so far, and I have a vision board that I just recently turned back around, and I'm actually looking at it. And 2 weeks into the month, and I've already checked something off of that vision board. It's not all just things that I'd like to own, but there's a lot of things on there, and it's kind of wild that, as soon as I turned it around, I was able to take something off. Interesting. Okay, so what I wanted to do in this episode is, like I said, we're going to talk about newness. And so I have some things that I've saved that I wanted to go over. First of all, what I love about this time of year is if you were given gift cards during Christmas, or if you fell into some money, it's still the sale period. If you've been on like various websites like Essence or Saks off of Fifth Ave has an app for their discount retail, and there are so many things that are reduced. So if there's something that you are familiar with, you might be able to find it on discount. If there was a value set that you were looking at, there might be a good offer going. For the month of January, Sephora typically has a skincare focus. So right now, every single day, there's a different brand that has like a discount on very specific items, usually big sellers. So for example, I think Sunday Riley was doing 50% off of the CEO serum. I think that was the item. But they have a calendar and it tells you all the things. Genifique was 40% off, I think. There's different. So there's a lot of really good incentives if you have $1 to spend. But let's get on to some of the new things. There are 3 launches that have caught my eye that I think are very compelling. It just so happens that this time around, I've been able to get some samples just based on some of the orders that I've put through in the last month. And so this kind of lines up. I don't know that I'm always going to have samples for these things, but we can just discuss them. First, and this is probably one of the older launches, is this. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off Balm, and this is the charcoal cleansing balm. Now, I don't have any use for cleansing balms because traditionally these are makeup removers, right? But in the post that Clinique has put up on their Instagram and on their page, they indicate that this is a good product for removing sunscreens. It's made in Japan, so I'm sure that it's designed in a way to take off waterproof sunscreen. So some of us who do like a very strong, high quality sunscreen, this might be appropriate for those purposes. And of course, if you do wear makeup, this is great for all over, take off mascara, lipstick, all of it, right? They do have another post where they kind of break down the difference between this version and the original. I don't know if I saved it. It says that it's for all skin types. This one makes the claim that this is detoxifying, whatever that means. But I've used it a few times just before hopping into the shower. So what I would do is just massage this on, run into the shower, let it rinse off, and then have a double cleanse, wash with my traditional cleanser afterwards. I like it. I think this is a really useful, really handy product, and it does have a very deep clean effect. That's the thing with oil products, is they do strip everything off, and then you can get a proper clean. If you go back with a toner, you'll see your skin is completely clean immediately doing this double cleanse. This is a very impressive product. When I used to work in the stores, I would sell the Take the Day Off all the time. It was a hard-working product, and it's good value, not overly priced. Now, something that I don't have on hand, but came into my radar and I thought was really, really interesting, is this new launch from MAC. They're calling it Hyper Real is the range, and it is skincare that is designed to enhance makeup application. I have talked about my love of Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream, particularly the Magic Cream Light, and this is kind of continuing on from that. Now, MAC has always had skincare products, but they never marketed it this way, where they very clearly said in the presentation of this, everything is to enhance makeup application. So first, there's a cleansing oil, fine. It's peony, subaki, vitamin E, great. I don't dislike cleansing oils, but they are messy. You have to be very cautious how you're using it. The stuff runs through your fingers. If you do wear makeup, this is useful. The next thing that really stood out to me is the moisturizer. They've got this image here that's kind of like a TikTok video, and it looks really indulgent and a really delicious cream. It's kind of, you can tell just by the visual, it looks light and airy, but you can tell it's going to be very hydrating to bind makeup to skin and to give it that really smooth canvas. Very interesting product, and they're calling it a balm, but I don't know if it's as rich as a traditional balm. Then the next thing that's really interesting and that caught my eye is this Serumizer. So I went through the ingredient deck. It looks all promising, very interesting. It's got the B3, which is a very popular ingredient currently. It has beautiful packaging. It's looking like a serious skincare product. If you took the MAC branding off, you would think it's a top end brand, right? The other thing that I find interesting about this is that they're selling this with a brush. Now, I can see the appeal of applying your products with brushes, but I personally just like warming a product in my hand and then massaging it onto the skin. Being tactile with your products and massaging them makes them way more enjoyable. You get to really experience them. So, I would skip on the brush idea, but I'd be open to trying this serum. It does look really delightful. Now, the last thing, and this was a real fluke, is this Drunk Elephant Bouncy Brightfacial. It's 10% azelaic and 1% salicylic. Ages ago, I used to use a cleanser by a brand called DDF. Once they got purchased by either P&G or one of those other giant brands, it just went to shit. It no longer exists, and if it does exist, the products are no longer the same. They used to have a brightening cleanser with lots of azelaic, and it was a real workhorse. So I've had some experience with Azelaic. It's something that always pricks up my ears. So when I saw this, I was like, ooh, I love Drunk Elephant. I think they're an exceptional brand. And I saw this and I was like, absolutely, sign me up. Now, when you look at the images on the website and the reels, it looks really creamy. It looks really indulgent. It's saying all the things that I need to hear for me to want to purchase this, right? They talk about mixing it with the C Firma, so I'm like, absolutely, sign me up. But this is nothing like what I expected. It has this really ugly texture. Now, this is a little 5 ml tube. I used it 2 nights. It dries down completely matte. It's almost powdery, and it has this strange white veil on your skin. It feels a little dry, but when you wake up in the morning, the skin is fine. You're not tight, you're not too dry, there isn't too much of a sensation, but it's a very strange product. I sometimes like to believe that, if a product is ugly, that means it might be working that much harder. So I'm kind of conflicted about this. This, it's saying all the right things. I think anyone who has black and brown skin, who has acne scars, will see this and say, absolutely, sign me up. But something about it is just really ugly. And I think, especially it's wintertime, we can't be out here drying out our skin, right? We just want things that are either going to be hydrating, pigment correcting, etc. So I'm kind of apprehensive. So those are the new things that have come up onto my radar. I think this is going to be a good feature in the future, so I can bang out a little brief episode, and I don't have to have access to the products because I'm really just sharing with you things that are on my horizon that I think might speak to you. Just a couple of updates. I spent all of last year doing this really part-time and really, really casually, not knowing what I was doing. And I'm still trying to map out how I'm going to be doing everything. But I've realized that I do like making TikToks. I do not like Instagram at all. I avoid it at all costs. It's really like a scary app for me. I don't know why. And I do like YouTube as well. So I like YouTube and I like TikTok. And I also like talking, right? So I'm still going to keep making pod episodes. I'm going to try doing them more frequently. But what I'm going to be doing, just so I can get some momentum, if you've been listening to me for the last year, don't be surprised if there's going to be some repeats. Fortunately, there's a way for me to re-record old episodes and do them more effectively, because as the year has gone on, I've learned some things and I've realized, my approach wasn't necessarily the best. So I'm excited. I have some really good ideas coming up. And so I hope, like I said at the top, I hope you're having a great start to your year. And hopefully, things are only onwards and upwards from here on out. So thank you for listening. Thank me for speaking. And I will catch you in the next one. Adios.